Morning.
Good morning.
So please tell us about this market, and also you said that was a very popular musician, the first musician or a composer. So please tell us, my audience are very interested to know more about this Aksum, and also particularly about this market. Can you give us a summary?
A summary, yes,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, here we are again. We're traveling still. We explore different places in Tigray. We've been Garanta, Debradamo, and now in the birthplace of the Ethiopian civilization, which is called Aksum.
Beautiful.
Well, so Axum is the place where everything was begun. The history of the civilization, the religion, the culture, tradition. That's why the life of the people is all the time related with making different handcrafts, baskets, paintings. Of course, we'll have a time to see. We will explore the whole day, all the attractions and those different products which is done by the Aksumite people. Among this, now you can see underneath of the big tree. That's the place where people sell and buy the colorful baskets. And those are the baskets
Can we
which
just
is
walk
done
around?
prepared by.
Can we walk around?
Of course.
Yeah.
Are you making a picture or video also for the statue of
Yeah. Let's go there. Yeah.
Saint Yared, which is the first composer in Ethiopian Orthodox Church, or we can say the first musician. So Yared was born and he grew up here in Aksum around the end of 5th century AD, which means 1,500 years ago. He's the one also who created the church music instruments like the drum, the sistrum, and the prayer stick. That's why the Axumite, they decide to have his statue or memorial stone. That's why what we have here, because this is his birthplace. And the baskets are always underneath of big tree, which is called sycamore. This is a kind of big tree. The tree may be around 350 up to 400 years old, because naturally this big tree will take hundreds of years to grow up. Of course, in the previous time, this was one of the places where people make like a meeting hall when they have an appointment, when they have a big appointment in between society. They use this tree because the tree gives them enough shade. But today it's also a Saturday. That means a market day. We have 2-3 different market places, but particularly this is the place where they sell colorful basket, the basket which is used to hold injera.
Injera, yeah.
That is the one what we call it sometimes like the pancake.
Yeah.
But this is the main Ethiopian dish or bread, and the baskets used for preserving the jewelries. Our ladies or women, when they need to preserve their jewelry, they are going to use
Okay.
baskets. Yeah, they use for popcorn. Even sometimes they use the baskets hanging on the wall as a decoration.
Decoration. Okay.
So
Okay.
let's have a look.
Good. Let's go. And like you told me, you said that in Aksum, there are no other churches, only the Christian Orthodox Church you have in Aksum. And what's the reason behind that?
The reason behind is Axum is one of the holy cities in this planet. We consider Axum as a second Jerusalem, and this is the home for the original Ark of the Covenant or the Ten Commandments.
Wow.
That's
Guys,
the
are you
Christian
listening? The
stone
Ark of the
which is
Covenant is
given
here.
from God to Moses. Okay, and this is the place where they established the first church in the country in Sub-Saharan Africa. Therefore, we don't have any mosque or other church belongs to different religion. This is quite similar tradition with the holy place called Mecca. Because Mecca is the holy place for the Muslims, and that's forbidden having a church or other kind of building for different religion. So quite similar, but in different tradition. What we have again here. So you can have a look at the baskets.
The baskets are so beautiful.
Yeah, we have the baskets mainly prepared or made from the palm tree with the special grass. Of course, the first stage what we're gonna see, the white section is only palm and grass. But when you see further, we have very colorful. That means in addition to the palm, they put it on the wrap with a colorful cotton.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Can we go there now?
yeah, we can all go.
Let's go together, please. So guys, you've heard it from Rufai. He's a special guy.
From natural from Candid. This is from Chalab's tree.
Oh.
Sometimes in the countryside they use this one like a cup for
Mhm.
drinking the local beer.
Mhm.
Or they use also for preserving like honey, butter, and such kind of things. So this is a natural cap from the tree called the cannabis.
Interesting. Wow. So for example, this is a very colorful basket.
Of
It's a
course.
small one.
Yeah.
And if I may ask, what could be the price of this?
Let's switch it. Canadian, yeah. 500 per.
500 bill. That is about $5 or no? Not.
Or let's say, yeah, it's
Is it $5?
less
$4?
than $5, maybe $4.
Let's say $4 for
Yeah.
this. Okay.
But
Interesting.
this kind of basket, when they are going to prepare, they are not making in 1 hour or 2 hours. Maybe it takes 1 full day.
To prepare to get this prepared.
Yeah. So this is the basket what they use to preserve the jewelry.
Jewelries. Ah, okay. This is very special. It's very beautiful. It has several colors. Is there any significance of these colors?
I don't know, just to
Representation. Okay. Okay.
That's why you see every single basket has different colors.
Also look at this one. This one is a small version of the big one
That's for the like ring
for ring.
or earring.
Okay.
That's where they preserve. It looks very small, but yeah, it's good enough to preserve. Like 2-3 rings.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. You're right. Wow. And what's that cover for?
That's the basket what they used to hanging on the wall.
Oh, this is just for decoration.
Yeah.
You hang this in your wall. Okay. What's your name? Eh?
Yurga.
Yiga. How long did it take you to prepare this? You can ask him if he doesn't understand.
They few them.
10 days for this, only this.
You know, they are going to make not only one,
Okay.
several pieces.
Like if you want to make this,
Just this made
Just
one
one.
full day.
one full day maybe. Yeah?
Yeah.
And the cost is how much was the cost of this?
This is around 1300. The mother is already left. I don't know what she crying. She was.
Okay, let's just give or take $10 thereabout.
Yeah.
Just a $10. Okay. Good. So we move forward. Moving forward, there are several baskets for the several things here in the market, and we have women, looking, trying to buy something. Sorry. Excuse me. Sorry. Several beautiful baskets. Guys, let me know if you would like to buy these baskets. How beautiful are they? Just look at this one. Oh, this is heavy. This is very heavy. What are they using this for? Rufai, please tell us about this basket. I'm trying to open it. Oh, okay. You opened it. What's this for? Why the so much big space?
For 2 different purposes.
Okay.
For example, as a tradition, when we have a wedding, You remember how it looks like the wedding?
Yeah, wedding ceremony, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So the, 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 the family who arranged the wedding, when you have a wedding, will invite hundreds of people. So traditionally, when we went to the wedding, especially our mothers, they never go without anything. They took maybe 10 pieces of injera,
Okay.
support to minimize the expense for that family. So during this time, they're gonna put 10 pieces of injera inside. They cover here. Of course, it's a big hole underneath. No, it's a big hole underneath. You can see it. You see?
Yeah, yeah.
So people, or I mean, like a young boy or a young girl, will go under and carry
And carry it.
to transport the injuries.
Wow.
You have a chance to see because the whole face will be.
Covered, yeah.
So someone should walk in front of that guy who carried the basket because he will watch just
The steps of the person.
the feet.
The feet of the
Yeah,
person.
if not, he don't know which direction he's traveling.
Exactly. Wow. Wow, wow,
We
wow.
had a chance to visit the traditional restaurant. I don't know, maybe if you went to Addis.
Yeah.
You know, instead of having a table, they use one. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
They put a rounded plate from clay. So the clay will put it or will display here, and on top of it, put the plate for.
The injera. Okay, yeah, yeah.
So they don't need to have a modern baskets.
Exactly.
They will have a traditional. They will have a traditional.
This is
Basket
beautiful.
like-
This is beautiful. This is really beautiful. Fascinating. I like it. Thank you
Those
so
are
much.
the things what they need to separate like the grain and the sun. Because after the harvest,
Mm-hmm.
you know, after the threshing and harvest the grain, still the cereal will have some sands and soils. The simple will farming on the ground. So during this time, our mothers they use this one to separate.
To sieve, yeah, for
Yeah,
sieving.
not sieving because the sieving has like a something like a net.
Okay.
Yeah, but before sending to the sieving, they use this one to separate.
Okay. Okay then. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So how long has this market been in existence?
For the next 4 or 5 hours. Because
Oh.
after 3 p.m., 3:30,
Yeah.
the market for the basket will be finished. Because as you see, most of the ladies were sitting around
Yeah.
coming from the countryside. So they need like 3 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours.
To go back.
Depending, yeah, from which village they came. They need a couple of hours to return back home.
Mm.
That's why until 3 p.m. it's really active. But after 3 p.m. they will finish.
Mm-hmm. So here's the coffee, right? Where,
We have everywhere, all around. Yeah.
yeah.
The young lady. So still the tree will give them enough shade.
Yeah.
That's why people, while they traveling,
Mhm.
they need to catch a breeze. They need to relax.
Yeah.
So during this time, they will have a coffee.
Like someone told me that every Ethiopian drinks coffee, and this
Except
coffee,
me.
except you, and also they do it like 3 times in a day, morning, afternoon, and evening.
Yeah, you know, normally when you see the last generation, that's true. As you said, they drink morning, lunch, and dinner time. And once when they prepare the coffee, they will have 3 different steps.
Okay.
That means people are not drink just 1 cup and finish. They will drink 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah, in one ceremony.
Okay.
So we call it like the first, the second, and the third step, or we can say Awon, second, and Baraka. So the taste or the flavor of the coffee will be also different from the first step to the third.
Which is
Because
stronger?
The first one is very stronger because our mothers or our eggs, when they are going to prepare the coffee, they will put on the coffee pot the powder of the coffee. So they add Yeah, of course they will have a water together. They boil. So after they serve the first step, when they need the second one, they didn't add the powder. What they add is only the water. That's why the thickness or the flavor of the coffee will be different. You know, until they are going to serve or drink the three coffee, three different steps. The taste from the first to the third. The first one is strong, the second one is medium, and the third one is very weak. Because they didn't add a powder. What they add is always just the water. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And what is that? At this tricycle? What are, it's called tuk-tuk, right?
Normally we call it bajaj.
Bajaj.
But mostly the Western people came from abroad, they call it tuk-tuk. Because I think in Asia they call them tuk-tuk because of their sound.
Okay, okay, I see.
Yeah. So this is like
it's very popular in Ethiopia.
very, very. You're gonna find in every town maybe more than 1,000 tuk-tuks.
There are a lot, even millions, I would say, because I find them everywhere, every city that I travel to.
Yeah.
They've been there.
Yeah.
That's very nice. So is there any other final word or final thing that is special about this market that you would like to say? You said that the market is only it only opens every Saturday, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Thank you very much, Rufai.
You
I appreciate it, man.
okay?
So guys, you've heard it from him. And also the villagers here, they come very far with their baskets. And that is why they close the market by 3. And as you can see, there is a camel that is transporting some firewood. That's a very huge camel. And also accompanying the camel, you are having the horse rider going. So yeah, this is a very good square in Aksum. All right, catch you guys in the next vlog. Take care. Ciao.